So it's been a month since Halo came out last month. Shut up. Welcome to Halo Haters. Complain Evolved. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. So first up, we have the Act Man.
I don't want this video to be entirely negative, and
spoiler, it is entirely negative. But let's get into it.
Operation Meteorite is completely disconnected from Halo 1 and has absolutely nothing to do with it. The overall plot itself also like tramples over established lore, as far as I know. And so it really is quite pointless at the end of it.
What?
So like tramples over established lore.
Tramples over established lore. The UNSC wasn't meant to know about High Charity or the Prophet hierarchy until Operation Red Flag Halo 2? Is that true? Okay, so it's not fucking true. It took me 30 seconds to figure this out. UNSC learned the location of High Charity during Operation Meteorite, but they had long known such a capital existed and recovered at least one other star holo map or whatever in 25, 26, that's like what, 20, 30 years, 25 years before? What's the other thing? Prophet hierarchy. The UNSC understood from early in the war, again, 25 years prior, that the Covenant was a theocratic hegemony ruled by a priestly caste of prophets. It took me 30 seconds to figure this out. I'm not even a campaign guy, and that didn't sound right to me. He opens up the video with this. We're 2 minutes in.
And that was my first thought after beating it. I was like, what was the point? Wow, they cut multiplayer for that. That's crazy. And it has nothing to do with Halo 1. They're like, what the?
I can't believe that this guy is kicking off his video with not one, but 2 fucking lies about the lore that he's just got wrong for no fucking reason at all. Like he literally could have looked that up in the same amount of time it took to type out that fucking graphic that he put on the screen. Like he does his little intro here, but this is the first specific criticism that he makes of the game. And it's total bullshit. These fucking Halo haters, man, I swear to God, they're allergic to work. Like do an ounce of research before you open your mouth. How hard is that? I guess we know why they don't call him the Fact Man.
Oh, now I'm trapped. Oh my God, fuck you. Fuck you, man.
What?
We even want you to have fun exploring a new Halo game for the first time. Nope, get back on the fucking gondola.
Are you kidding me? He just had fun. Look at his fucking face. The other night, I was playing this exact spot with Big Timer. He's all the way over here by these fusion cores. I had just died on the gondola, and he fucking Michael Bay jumps off of the edge and fuel rods the last guy and barely lives and respawns me. Shit was hilarious. It's Johnson's fault. Oh man, you went on the platform? You crazy. Oh,
let's go.
dude, so clutch. It would have been just as hilarious if he didn't fucking make the jump and died, or if the timer killed him right before he went for the jump and his dead body goes flying into the void. Like, this is typical Halo stuff that he's complaining about. I don't get it.
Halo Infinite and Halo Wars 2 spent like 2 games and an expansion building up the Banished as this like really imposing threat, not just because of their physical strength.
What does that have to do with this?
Atriox's cunning strategy. The brutes have never been dumbasses. Headstrong, yes, but stupid, no. So they just shit over everything they accomplished with the brutes and the Banished in their last 2 games. The problem with this studio is that like even their good ideas, they just leave it in the dust and start over.
Why does he think that this is a fucking sequel? I feel like we're stuck in a loop. This whole video has just been him failing to understand what's going on. Just he can't follow the fucking story. And he just makes all these ridiculous assumptions and he builds his entire argument off of a failure to grasp what's going on. And everything he says is fucking wrong because of it. This is not a stupid brute or a dumbass brute. This is a brute under the fucking mind control of this device. That's why his eyes turn orange when they put it in him. It's like a rage inhibitor or whatever. And then when you shoot it, obviously he fucking goes haywire and kills everybody. Like, this is basic stuff. This has nothing to do with Atriox. It has nothing to do with the Banished or any of the other brutes that you ever see at any point in any of the other games. Because at the end of this mission, you blow up this ship because of these devices. And I feel like they did a pretty good job explaining that. I mean, there's a lot to be desired in these missions, but they did a pretty good job explaining it. I mean, you fucking hold the thing in your hand before you and Johnson walk off. It is very clear that you're going to destroy this tech so that it never gets out and it never becomes an issue with any of the other brutes.
So what does this mean for the lore? Are you trying to say that like a year or two before the events of Halo 2, the brutes were complete dumbasses?
That brute isn't thinking. He's being controlled by Harmony. Come on, dude. Just try to keep up.
Let's move on to the space battle. And
Yeah.
like the rest of the prequel missions,
Space
it's just
battle.
stolen assets, stolen ideas, but
Yeah, they
beautiful
stole
art
that
direction.
space.
Now,
They
the
stole
art
that
team on this
shit.
game is the only team that actually did
All right,
their
I can't
job.
wait to see what he
I mean, there's
bitches
not
about
much to
here.
say
This ought to
about
be
this.
good.
The Seraph is copied from MCC, and most of the time I felt like I was just waiting for ships to shoot. During dialogue, they have this cheesy ass picture pop up of whoever's speaking, like as if we forgot what the three characters look like. They even put a picture of Chief in there. It's like as if he wanted to see a picture of his own armor. Like he gives a shit.
What the? That's what he's going with? Yeah, man, it's just normal flight sim stuff from 25, 30 years ago. I don't know why you're acting surprised by that. It's clear to me at this point that this guy just, he gets off on this. This is, I mean, look at his face, man. He's like excited to complain about something that in no way, shape, or form inhibits the gameplay. Like it's just more nostalgia shit they're trying to sprinkle in.
Dude, this icon of a character that pops up when they're speaking, I've seen this before.
Nice, Mario, you did it!
Oh
You
my
defeated
God. Yeah, dude. I've seen it before too. It's called Star Fox.
Let's back up the squadron.
Oh, look at this idiot jumping on to show us the visual in case we forgot what he looks like. I guess Fox wants to look at his armor, right? Any man of taste would immediately think of Star Fox when they saw that. And you're clearly not a man of taste. You claim to love Halo so much, yet all you've done is bitch about the game. Ugh, I can't take anymore. I mean, next time maybe pull the stick out of your ass. Maybe try that. And get the fucking story right, dude. For fuck's sake. Like, you literally were wrong about all of that. Okay, who do we have next? Legendary drops. Look at this fucking guy, dude. This guy fucking plays campaign, dude. He probably plays on Legendary, too.
In my eyes, Halo should be the pinnacle of gaming. There is absolutely no excuse whatsoever for this not to be one of the best games in the industry. It is Xbox's entire identity. It is a cornerstone of this entire industry.
Definitely a campaign guy.
I want to talk about my experience playing Halo Campaign Evolved. I want to talk about how the conversation around this game has gotten to be completely unhinged. Xbox and Halo Studios have completely decimated this franchise's reputation and relevance so badly that they felt like they needed to go into witness protection and change their own name.
Oh my God. Just wanted to give him a chance to breathe, you know? Take a breath, buddy.
Then, for whatever reason, they thought it was worthwhile to come out charging $50 for a campaign-only remake with no competitive multiplayer, while also charging $70 for the premium edition that got you a couple of days early access and some god-awful looking skins.
So he's going to open up with one of the dumber, more frequent arguments that I've seen, which is the argument that Game Pass just doesn't exist or something. Focus on Steam pricing, Steam charts. Every gamer with a fucking brain knows what Game Pass is, knows they can access it through console or PC. Yeah, you can buy it on Steam if you really prefer to play it there and you know you're going to want it permanently. Yeah, you can just buy it, whatever. Same with PlayStation this time. But the vast majority of people are playing it through fucking Game Pass, dude. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to downgrade you from legendary drops. You are now heroic drops. Get your argument going, or I'll knock you down to normal. Don't fucking test me, dude.
A game, mind you, that costs more than the entire Master Chief Collection, which is the first 6 games. Like, this is such a joke.
Come on,
the
dude.
The value proposition here makes absolutely no sense.
Come on, dude.
Why would anybody want to buy this? Oh, wait, that's right. They didn't. Campaign Evolved launched to a whimpering 25,000 peak concurrent.
Fucking A, dude. That's it. Normal drops. Steam charts this early in the video. Are you kidding me?
current players on Steam. And like clockwork, I'm already starting to see people use Game Pass and the fact that the game was multi-platform to try to excuse those numbers. Never mind the fact that we just watched Palworld for now the second time reach nearly 1 million players, and it's on Game Pass.
So let me get this straight. You're not only going to acknowledge the Game Pass problem with your argument, you're going to try and double down by comparing Halo to fucking Palworld? Palworld is a massive open world game that is not owned by Xbox. These Steam charts are nothing like these Steam charts. This is why people using Steam charts more and more to criticize games is just getting dumber and dumber, because there's so much context underneath these numbers that you're just glossing right the fuck over. I'm telling you, man, these Halo YouTubers, gaming YouTubers, they're allergic to research. They're allergic to work. They're allergic to context. They work backwards from their conclusion, and they say the dumbest fucking shit in the process. It's crazy to witness. So just to add some context here, what he's trying to do is deliberately compare two games that aren't comparable. Halo is a single player campaign that you spend 8 to 10 hours in, and then you're done basically. You can revisit it, but at the end of the day, all you really need is, a few gaming sessions to really experience it. So anybody with a PC can just log into Game Pass. You can just sign up for a fucking month and pay a fraction of the price of buying it on Steam, and you'll still get to play it and enjoy it and put all the time you really want to in it. Whereas Palworld, that he's trying to compare it to, is this open world game that plays like Pokemon. It also happens to be one of the biggest fucking games in the world right now. This is not a game that you just dump 8 to 10 hours in and you leave. It is technically on Game Pass right now, so you could get in there through Game Pass, but we don't know if it's always going to be on Game Pass. Halo is owned by Xbox. It'll always be in Game Pass. Palworld is not owned by Xbox, and everybody knows that. That's why 86% of the sales for this game happened on Steam. The vast majority of sales happened on Steam. Halo's the total opposite, almost the exact numerical opposite. 17% of the sales for Halo happened on Steam. PlayStation literally had double these numbers. Like, nobody bought it on Steam because it doesn't make sense to buy it on Steam unless you really want it on Steam for some reason. This is like trying to gauge a movie's success theatrically by only looking at the numbers for IMAX, and then you ignore the rest of the theaters. It's just a stupid way to look at things. I mean, the people were right to tell you this. Like, this guy was right. It's a pointless way to look at it. But trying to compare it to this game makes it even dumber.
I mean, they added these prequel missions centered around Lieutenant Williams, an ODST who spends most of her time talking down to Master Chief and acting like she's the main character. I mean, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if she has more dialogue than anyone outside of Cortana.
I knew it was a matter of time before we got to this. The Williams thing is definitely the biggest criticism I've seen of the game, and a lot of it is justified. They definitely fucking missed the mark big time with this character. But, I mean, I'm going to try and separate the nitpicky stuff first. Like, she doesn't talk more than Johnson or Keys or Guilty Spark. I mean, the notion that only Cortana talks more than her, I assume he's stretching that to the whole game because Cortana's not even in these fucking missions. So yeah, I'm not really sure why he's saying that. It's objectively not true. It just makes me think he didn't actually play through this before he started criticizing it. But we won't knock him down to easy drops just yet. We're gonna give him a chance to course correct here.
These missions honestly feel like they exist almost entirely just to showcase her, and they all take place aboard a ship called the Triumph of Tolerance. I am dead. Honestly, you guys couldn't have made this more obvious if you tried.
The Triumph of Tolerance, guys. Ha ha ha. Everyone laugh at the dumb ship name. So woke. Ha ha. I am dead. It's a fucking Covenant ship name. That is a normal Covenant ship name. It's also the enemy ship. You know, the one you fucking blow up at the end of the mission here. You fly in a UNSC ship called the Burden of fucking Proof. It's called the Burden of Proof. Should be called the Burden of fucking Proof. That would be way cooler. But it's called the Burden of Proof. It's basically a flying gun the size of a skyscraper. It comes in, it fucking blows up the Triumph of Tolerance, which is a Covenant ship shaped like a purple dildo. And guess who's on the Triumph of Tolerance when you blow it up? Fucking Williams! She's mid-sentence! Name a building after us, guys. I'm thinking something like... So let's recap here. Halo Studios made a mission where you blow up a girl boss with a car accident for a face and a nuclear holocaust for a personality while aboard a dildo-shaped purple ship called the Triumph of Tolerance, and you do it with a ship called the Burden of Proof? What did Halo Studios mean by this? I actually had a pretty good post about this that I put out a couple weeks ago about how Williams just for some reason wants to stay on the ship and die, even though Chief tries to talk her out of it. And yeah, let's just say it resonated with people. Roll tape.
We'll drop the sheets.
Negative, Lieutenant. That's a one-way trip.
It's been a one-way trip from the beginning for us, Chief. At least now we get to go out on our own terms.
That wasn't the mission.
Missions change, Chief. Always do.
He's like, shut up, Chief. Let her
Now
do
we're
this.
giving these Marines a chance to punch back.
Yeah, like I'm
He's
going.
like encouraging her. Yeah,
I
go
got
get
it.
him.
It would haunt me every day to know we let this nightmare
Chief,
factory.
by the way, if that wasn't clear.
He's like, shut up, Chief.
And I'll be
Shut the
damned if
fuck
the
up.
Spartans get the glory on this one.
That's our cue, Chief.
Let's go, Chief. Come on, come on. Yeah,
Pleasure serving
you guys
with you,
got this.
Lieutenant.
See you later.
You're serving with you later. Or the mission's not about that anymore. It's
Let's
about
move
these
out, Marines!
dumbass devices. They don't matter. He just threw it on the ground.
He's like, some problems just solved themselves, I guess. But I digress.
The defense that I have seen is that the ODSTs have always hated Spartans, and anyone who thinks her hostility feels forced is apparently just a tourist that just doesn't understand the lore. All of it, by the way, is complete bullshit. That entire argument comes from one section of the book, The Fall of Reach, where a 12-year-old chief kills 2 ODSTs in an incident that was covered up.
And there it is. We have fallen to easy drops. It's fucking embarrassing, dude. I vouched for you. I said you were a campaign guy. So this has nothing to do with Master Chief being a fucking badass and beating the shit out of some ODSTs in a gym decades before this. The worst part of this take, though, is you would know that if you knew the lore, but even if you don't know the lore, you would know that too if you actually played this. Because she fucking tells you like 10 minutes after this.
Marines like us used to be the heart and soul of the UNSC. Until we started playing second fiddle to soldiers that were built instead of born.
We can't change where we come from. Only what we become.
Fair enough.
The ODST, Spartan, friction, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, is very much a thing. It's not just some single excerpt from the Fall of Reach regarding the gym incident. It is well documented. It's never been in any of the games, but the games never really took place where you play as Chief during a time where you would run into that. This is the first time. And that's why they did this. They were trying to introduce something interesting that is very much a piece of the lore that most gamers have no fucking clue about and have never seen. And you would know that if you weren't such an easy drops motherfucker and you had actually played this before talking about it. Fucking embarrassing.
Yeah, I saw somebody that was in response to the people that were mad about the game saying, oh no, I can't believe it. The Chuds found Halo. Those were the guys that were forged in Halo 3 lobbies. That is the audience. That is the people that is supposed to be buying these games. In any other world, these guys would be the ones that would be making it one of the most played games this year, but that's not the case because they've sat around and watched studios like 343 and publishers like Halo Studios turn these games into corporate Frankensteins. The slower these guys are to realize that those chuds are the actual audience and the people that would normally be buying your games, well, the more money you're just lining up to throw away.
All right, that was pretty based.
Halo already had Cortana, Miranda Keys, Sergeant Johnson. Hell, it even had Veronica Dare. So when I see people that are getting upset and talking about, oh, you just don't want females in your games, blah, 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 blah. No, that's not the case. It's never really been the case. Nobody needed to lecture anybody about those characters because they were so well written. They made so much sense for who they were and what they were. The problem isn't the inclusion of, it's that these writers, they substitute personality for characteristics.
Okay, but here's the problem. I'm a chud, and I fucking love this game. Friends and family are chuds. They fucking love this game. I've never been a campaign guy. I've always been a competitive multiplayer guy. MLG, HCS events, over 20 years I've been going to those. I've got 85 fucking hours in this campaign only game. And that blows my mind. Genuinely blows my mind. I've been tired at work, just like the old Bungie days. I have been lobbying up with people that I haven't played Halo with in 10 years, 15 years, and having the time of my fucking life. I can't tell you how many times I've hopped on to just play an hour or two, and I end up going till fucking 2 in the morning. That's Halo. I think we would probably agree ideologically on a lot based on what you're saying, and that's great. But the problem is that you're accusing this game of being ideologically guilty of things that lots of other games have done over the last 10 years, and you're just wrong. They just didn't do any of those things. Williams as a character was a huge fucking mistake. And whoever created that character probably is a fucking woke tard that probably shouldn't be working with their hands in Halo. But at the end of the day, it's just the appearance of the character, really. That's about it. Nothing she says or does couldn't be done by a male ODST. They just shouldn't have made her a woman. It's just a fucking dumb idea. The notion that you would find 5 Marines trapped in a, prisoner of war torture scenario and 3 of them are women, including the fucking leader. It's just dumb, We're in the realm of fiction, but it's supposed to be an extension of reality. That's what makes it interesting. That's what allows us to buy in. And it's safe to say that the suspension of disbelief should no longer include things like biology and genetics. It was just a stupid idea. Had this character been woke, had these missions been woke, she would have been bitching about pronouns. She would have been fucking bitching about the patriarchy. She would have had fucking pride flags on her armor. And you know it. There's none of that shit in this game. Take Williams out, drop a male ODST in, and you have a totally different fucking conversation about this game. And that's where I have a problem. Because people are throwing the whole fucking game under the bus, and they just shouldn't be. There's way more to appreciate here than there is to criticize. All right, he got all the way down to easy drops, but turned it around at the end there a little bit. Until next time, heroic drops. All right, next up we have the Synthetic Man. He's apparently going to come in hot with this Williams footage. I had to move my camera down because his camera's in the top left for his footage. So we're going to be a power bottom for this video review. Let's do it.
Thanks, Sergeant Major. We owe you one. Didn't think we'd ever see any of our own again. I'm Lieutenant Williams, Tiger Company.
From the 92nd Shock Troops Battalion.
One and the same. Honored you've heard of us, Sergeant Major.
So he's
we certainly
just
know who
apparently
you
going to
are.
let the cinematic play here.
Fancy armor and a good
And then
PR
they're going to cut to
campaign
this.
me.
Die!
It's like hitting, dude. It's like hitting a wall.
You whore!
Wow, guys, save some pussy for the rest of us.
I hate these people so much. You can kill Sergeant Johnson, but you can't kill this bitch. You gotta be fucking kidding. Yes!
Oh!
That's I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cringe. Like, her character is fucking trash, and I can't stand her. She's irritating, annoying, but holy fucking neckbeard incel. Die, you whore.
Honest, I am not and have never been a Halo super fan. I was a PlayStation kid growing up, so I didn't play.
Fucking dork, fucking Sony pony. You're in the wrong neighborhood. Actually, Sony's totally part of the neighborhood now. Shit.
You can probably already tell this is a cheap as hell cash grab, basically a glorified asset flip of Halo Infinite in Unreal Engine 5 no less, so you know this thing runs like absolute crap.
I'm going to go ahead and spoil something in this guy's video, unlike the other ones we've watched. At the end, this guy admits that his GPU is fucked up. It has some kind of memory bleed, and it runs the game like shit. You're going to see footage like what we just saw, choppiness, weird splicing. He apparently has had a fucked up GPU for years, since Starfield, I think he says, which is kind of fucking stupid for a guy that apparently just reviews games. Like, he literally just reviews games. That's what he says in his bio here. But then again, I don't think he really reviews games. He just sort of calls them dog shit and runs them on a bad GPU, apparently, so that they look way worse than they are. Not a good start. Not a good start. This guy might suck.
Oh, and I can't forget the addition of sprint and being able to zoom with all weapons now.
Whoa.
Yet another way that 343 is erasing Halo's identity.
I was wondering when we were going to get somebody that cries about sprint. I saw that online a lot, but this is the first time we're seeing it here from one of these fucking YouTubers. Sprint and the other thing he said, being able to scope with all the weapons, those are default settings that you can have. The original Halo didn't have skulls. They put skulls in this one, and those are both skulls that you can activate. So you can literally recreate those same limitations that he's crying about not having. So yeah, that's just another dumbass argument. Glad we got it out of the way, though.
Oh, and we can't forget the new bonus campaign of 3 missions that take place before even Halo Reach, which is some of the worst like millennial Reddit writing I have seen in a long time. Not only did they add in a random girl boss ODST who hates Master Chief, and that's never addressed, by the way, it just is there for some reason, but also there's a new prophet.
What did that say?
By the way, it just is.
No, I don't care about the lore that says ODSTs don't like Spartans. It still isn't addressed and was clearly written in just to have a self-insert girl boss disrespect Master Chief. This guy and that heroic drops guy, they should fucking hang out because apparently they're both blind. Let's just run the clip again, I guess.
Marines like us used to be the heart and soul of the UNSC. Until we started playing second fiddle to soldiers that were built instead of born.
We can't change where we come from. Only what we become.
Fair enough.
So yeah, it is addressed. Even if you don't know the lore, it's addressed in the fucking gameplay. She literally spells it out for you. Again, it's not about Master Chief. It's about the Spartans. I don't even think she knows who the fuck he is. Why would she? He wasn't a celebrity at this point. None of the shit had happened with the Halo rings. Like, come on, dude. How did so many people just have a fucking blind spot with this? Are they just pretending not to understand? Is that what's going on? Like, I can't fucking stand this character either. But I can't help but feel like if she had been a male ODST, especially one we know, like if this had been fucking Buck as the ODST, you know, mouthing off, being snarky, it would have worked. Everything would have been fine. Everything she fucking says and does could have been done by Buck. And it would have been way cooler. Honestly, big missed opportunity not to use Buck here or any of the ODSTs from Halo 3 ODST. Any of those guys would have fit in better than Williams. And they all could have said the same stuff. You just have to have them live at the end. But other than that, you didn't really have to change anything. But yeah, I love this, how he just puts this big text on the screen like, yeah, I know I'm wrong, but I'm just going to be wrong anyway and deny that I'm wrong. I'm telling you, allergic to work, allergic to context. They work backwards from the conclusion, and nothing's going to get in their way.
I guess you could view it as a positive that there's more guns to play around with in the sandbox now in the main campaign. The SMG sort of replaces the combat role the assault rifle did, and now the assault rifle feels a lot more like Halo Reach's. In fact, in general, the weapon sandbox is very reminiscent of Halo Reach, including the very controversial mechanic Bloom, where you hold down the fire button and the gun becomes less accurate.
I don't know if this guy is aware of this. I know a lot of YouTubers probably aren't aware of this. A lot of people sounding off about this game probably aren't aware of this. They did move to Unreal 5 for the, fidelity, the visuals, the graphics on the game, and that's why it looks so much better. But it's not just running out of UE5. They're still using the original Blam engine that's always powered Halo in every other game. And they're specifically using the Halo Reach version of Blam. That's why you have the needle rifle. That's why you have Bloom. They basically went back to the Reach version of Blam, bolted UE5 on top of it, and created this new hybrid. So we have visuals running out of modern UE5, but underneath the ballistics, the physics, that's all still running out of the original engine. So it still feels like Halo, plays like Halo. That's why the guns feel like Halo, specifically Reach Halo. The Bloom shit that he's complaining about, though, that was on the DMR. That was on precision weapons. That gun's not in this game. There is some Bloom on the pistol, but there was in the original, too. There wasn't the little animation that you see on your reticle back in the old school original. But the bloom was very much a thing. It was there. But having bloom on the AR or the SMG, I mean, even the needle rifle, it's fine. It's totally fine. Bungie was fucking retarded about the bloom. 343, one of the very first things that they ever did when they took over Halo was take the bloom off the DMR for us in Halo Reach. The competitive scene, the tournament scene, Reach was not a game that we could use. It didn't fucking work because they made the fucking bloom on the DMR so fucking bad. It was basically random. Anything that random in a competitive environment is total trash. Bungie never liked the competitive scene. They never liked the tournament scene. That's one thing that 343 was miles ahead of them at. And that's why when they took over, the first thing they did was try and salvage that game as a tournament circuit title because Halo was falling apart. It was about to get dropped from MLG. The fucking game was so bad until 343 took over and adjusted the bloom. They know what they're doing with bloom. They've always done the right thing with bloom in every gun they've made. It's also worth mentioning that they did put the OG AR in this. It's also another skull. So when he said earlier that the SMG is meant to kind of replace the old school AR, that's kind of true. But at the same time, you can unlock the original AR, 60 rounds, fires like the old AR. I will say that it didn't work quite right when the game came out. There was some bug where Marines couldn't use it, but at the time of me recording this, it's been patched. They also did a tweak to the bloom and how it behaves on each AR to make it better. I don't know. I guess it was shooting too good when the game first came out. Not that I was complaining about that, but at the end of the day, if you want to use the old school AR, you can use the old school AR.
But unfortunately, the most iconic weapon from the game, the Magnum, has been nerfed. And it's kind of a weird nerf too, because it actually does more damage per shot, but because the Magnum was full auto in the original game, and this is not even truly semi-auto, it has about half the fire rate of the original Magnum, so it ends up feeling weaker. Not to mention the addition of bloom means it's significantly less accurate. You do have to pace your shots.
So it appears I kind of jumped the gun earlier. Pun intended. So the original CE pistol did have bloom. And there's basically 3 ways that you can fire it in the original. You can hold it down and it'll go full auto and spam bullets all over the fucking place. You can shoot it individually fast, but it won't be perfect. And then obviously there's the slow shots. So here's full auto. Don't recommend that. Good way to get 3-tapped. Now he shoots it pretty quick. That little guy up top, I wouldn't worry about that little guy. And then you shoot it straight as an arrow if you just go nice and slow and pace the shots here. Anyway. You get the idea.
Why not just shove in a bunch more weapons and mechanics as well? Because they already have the battle rifle, the brute plasma rifle, the spiker. Those are all in the bonus campaign. Might as well just shove them into Halo 1 as well. Who cares if it makes sense?
You can. That's a skull. The campaign remix mode does that by default, or you can just apply the skull that randomizes the weapons so that all the weapons are fucking everywhere, basically.
And the other section that was redesigned was the final Warthog run in the last level.
Oh my god.
And I'm actually kind of baffled by this. I don't think anyone ever complained about the layout of the drive here. It was a pretty epic over-the-top moment. Now, of course...
Well, they changed it because it didn't make any sense. It was a nitpicky thing. It was fan service, really. The end drive here is supposed to be driving through the inside of the Pillar of Autumn. And you drive for so long that it just it didn't make any sense. Like, you drove way longer than it should be possible. So they changed the entire wreck of the Pillar of Autumn. It's basically in 2 pieces now, and you drive through the opening. They're just trying to make it make a little more sense. And, you know, and just enhance it, just add stuff to it, basically.
As you'd expect, they added more enemies, more explosions, tried to make it more cinematic, which just made it run like complete shit. And the actual driving control...
It didn't run like shit for me. It didn't run like shit for anyone I know. It runs good on Xbox. I've run it on my Series X. I've run it on my fucking 6-year-old 3080. I don't know what to tell you, dude. This is a you problem.
Feel wrong too.
It did not
I was
look like
spinning
that
out on random
ever for me.
debris objects that were scattered across the floor. It's starting to get really annoying.
Like,
and
that is god awful. That is a computer that is screaming to be fucking put out in the pasture. Part that fucking thing out. Buy a new computer. Is this really your profession, man? And this is how games look when you run them? That's a you problem, buddy.
And as I'm sure you've seen online, the new directing for these cutscenes is unbelievably bad. There's a reason I called it a Bollywood production.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Are you really gonna knock that cutscene right now? This cutscene with keys is exceptional. Now, look, I'm not gonna defend the fucking garbage cutscenes in those prequel missions. I don't know why there's such a disparity in quality between those and the ones we get in the main campaign. But there's a clear divide there. The cutscenes in the main campaign are awesome. They're really, really good. This one in particular is an undeniable improvement over the original.
If all goes well, we'll rendezvous on the object's surface. And if it doesn't, make sure my daughter gets this.
This is one of the main things that they changed with keys. Instead of just saying good luck to Chief and handing him a gun to use that has no bullets in it, the gun has sentimental value. And he tells him, hey, make sure Miranda gets this, which is his daughter. One of the things I really like that they did with these cutscenes is they tried to kind of add a bit of a more patriarchal side to Keyes. They made him look like a good man, a good father. He's not just some military guy in charge of everybody. Chief was 6 years old when he was plucked, basically, and kidnapped to become a Spartan. And Keyes here was with Halsey when they scouted him. So he has had his eye on Chief since he was a little boy. He saw him with his fucking family and parents. That's some pretty serious context. You know, not only has he had his eye on him all this time, but he saw something in him at an early age. He knew he would become a very, very valuable military asset in the form of a soldier. And it's clear that he not only has respect for his ability, but there's the whole luck element, right? That Cortana talks about. Him handing this gun to Chief feels more like handing a gun to his son to give to his sister. You know, it's got that same kind of feeling to it, that same kind of emotional weight, because we know what's going to happen in the next few games. It was a good opportunity to do something like this, and I thought they did it well. This all comes back around again when you do Truth and Reconciliation and save Keyes.
Coming here was reckless. You two know better than this.
You just see it in his face better.
Thanks.
He's not just a soldier to Keyes.
I see you've kept her safe. She's in good hands.
And obviously that's some cheap foreshadowing because we know he's not going to make it. But at the same time, it just kind of doubles down on what was established when he told him to give that gun to Miranda. Like he knows he's probably not going to make it. And he knows that Chief probably will. So when it gets to the big finale, you've got that added context of the pistol, obviously, to just kind of sprinkle in some extra emotional weight here. But they show the grave mind growing in the back here. It's a nice nod to the events of Halo 2. But right off the bat, they make this fundamental change in how this scene goes. Instead of Cortana just being in your ear, he displays her so that you can see her face. And so they're having a face-to-face conversation.
Chief? Chief!
How do we free him?
It's not him. Not anymore. The captain, he's one of them.
You can't tell me that shot doesn't fucking hit. You know, the original was, it was good, but it was almost something that you'd see out of Hitchcock. You know, it didn't have the same reverence to it. It wasn't as sobering. And then in Anniversary, Anniversary was just a miss. But this does the scene justice.
We can't let the Flood get off this ring. You know what he'd expect.
That right there is the biggest difference between this scene and the original. When he shoots that look over his shoulder and she stops dead in her fucking tracks and you see the body language. Watch what you fucking say next, Cortana.
What he'd want us to do.
This is the closest thing to a father Chief has had. They're trying to fit all that into this scene instead of giving us the cheap horror like, oh my God, gross. You know, that's how the earlier scenes came across. It didn't come across like this. Watch how he drops it in front of her.
It's done. I have the code. We should go.
You don't think that is a dramatic improvement over the original? Go watch the original.
So in conclusion, should you buy Halo Campaign Devolved? Fuck no, dude.
Campaign Devolved. Get it, guys? Congrats on being the 400th person I've seen use that as I've gone through these videos. Seriously, if you see a video titled Campaign Devolved or Combat Devolved, just skip it. Because the person that made it is definitely untalented, unfunny, unintelligent. Is that fucking Critical Drinker? My fucking goat called it Devolved. Maybe he just has really high standards. Maybe he's fucking cracked at Halo. Let's look at the gameplay.
Welcome, everyone.
Okay.
It's been a little while since I've done a live stream like this.
Here we go. So he's playing on
Black,
normal.
yeah, and
It's journo difficulty, but
do some.
it'll be fine.
Go.
Okay. He's moving around.
Why are you not dead already? I want to take that. What the fuck is that?
I've created an interface patch.
Oh, it's a shield.
He doesn't know what an overshield is, but that's okay. That's not that big a deal.
So press R1. That'll give me a shield.
Press
thingy.
R1 because he's using
Right
a
then.
PlayStation controller.
Frick.
This is fine. All right, so he's mowing down some grunts. This is not looking bad at all. There we go. Reload your gun, maybe?
I'm going to swap that for a plasma rifle. I want to swap that for a plasma rifle.
All right, let's just close that real quick. Let's just close that. We're just going to pretend we didn't see that. That's not good enough. Lindsay! Lindsay!
What?
Need my thing.
You need your thing?
Need my thing.
You see something scary?
Yeah.
Why?
All right. 30 months. 30 days. Let's do 30 minutes. That's... Nah. No. Oh shit, Halo's out. When did that? 85 hours? Campaign devolved. Fucking drinker, dude. That's fucking clever. I should name my video something like that.